Chicago, and my man is joining us, Sean Doc Rock from Honolulu, Hawaii. What's going on, my friend? How are you?
Oh, good. Holy schmuggly.
Yeah.
The gang has stepped up the game again. I wow, yeah. I can't say enough about this, but before we start that, first of all, big shout out to everyone out there still hanging in there, still doing your thing, and still doing your best to keep safe. I'm sorry, I am chatting with Glenn right now at the same time I'm doing this because the
Nice.
boys just posted a new article for people with the Roadcaster Pro.
That would be me. That would be me with
I
my
can't
audio
I can't
processor.
get my finger in the right, like I get the direction now, but like this I'm pointing
Yeah.
behind me. Like
Yeah.
no,
I'm right here. You got it. You got it.
I need
Ma-
a animation because I know, but my hand just comes in crooked for whatever reason. I don't.
Problem like this.
Yeah, are you? Oh,
Problem.
you got to get the elbow up. There you go, elbow up.
Problem.
There you
Problem.
go. Okay,
All right.
so
Notice we both
before
have
we
the
dive
blue
into
hats
that,
on. Before we dive into anything, you got to represent the bees here, okay?
that's right, the
This is
Bears.
this is Da Bears, and I put this on just for Doc today, so that I could give him a little love with the bee. And how are your Boston Red Sox doing, by the way?
That's, yeah. All right, next
Okay.
season.
All right. Well, my Bears are doing a little bit better than that, so it's all
Actually,
good.
no, the Bears look good this year. It was just kind of awesome because they've been
And
fighting for a
winning
minute.
ugly, but they're getting it done, so it's all good. We're
Yeah,
happy. And
that's the
actually,
best
like
part.
we might have a baseball guy for you. You can have Theo back. I think Theo might be checking out from the Cubs here very shortly.
No, we don't want
So
them.
yeah, you don't want him. Okay,
No.
I
So
think
yeah,
call
you want
for
to
that
get
one
that?
already. See? Already getting a call over that. All right. Well, we got a
Before,
lot of exciting stuff to talk about today. We were going to do this. We've been talking about doing the Zoom call for the DJs so you could do your party. And we've been promising that, but we're going to back it off another week again. And I hate to do that, but because Ecamm has been making like changes like crazy since this interview module came into play. And we just got another update like last night. So I just finished my referee streaming show with it just a few minutes ago. And I downloaded it like right before we went on the air. So I haven't had a chance to really play with all the new features and benefits, but I don't have to because we have Doc Rock. Oops, wrong way. Doc Rock right there. There we go. Doc Rock. It will.
oh,
That
you
will
know
walk
what?
us through some of these new changes. And he's on with the Ecamm boys right now, the twins.
Okay, first of all, Hector, how's it going? You know, it's super. You scared me when I saw that. When I was in the army, I had a soldier named Hector Molina, and I commanded many troops, but I remember this dude specifically because I worked in the hospital, of course, hence the name Doc. And he come in super excited, like could barely talk, young strapping troop, and his wife was pregnant, and she was like getting ready to give birth, right? So we couldn't like get her inside the hospital. We had to do it like on the front steps of the hospital, and I delivered the baby. So he named his kid like Boyd Molina,
I
which
thought it was
is
like
which
Doc
is
Rock,
which is
Molina.
pretty dope, right? So yeah, because I delivered the guy's baby on the steps. But anyway, the Ecamm Live beta link. Okay, first you need to do on Facebook, go to the Ecamm Live community. Okay, and then after you do that, you go and join the beta group. Right? When you join the regular group, you'll see how to join the beta group. But it's basically facebook.com/ecamm live beta, and you'll get to the group. You request access and you're good to go. And then if you haven't already downloaded Ecamm, let me solve that problem because that's also important. Everybody needs to have the Ecamm. Why my links missing? Man, sorry. Today the coffee was late start because I put the pot on and then I forgot to press on. So like the water was just sitting there for like 10 minutes and I'm like, yo, why is that thing not making, the noise? Like I don't have a whistler, that's like old nanny, but I have the thing where the pot when it bubbles, the pot rattles. You know, it's a like I do pour over. I'm bougie like that, and it was super funny because like it just did not come on, and I was like, man, what in the exact hang is going on here? Okay, first thing I need to do is switch the background to DJ's live streaming colors.
Yeah.
Sorry, I want Scott to get.
Yeah,
I want
purple.
Scott.
That's not bad. That goes with the DJ's live streaming. I mean, it's
I,
not the orange, but
yeah,
it works.
I don't want Scott. Whoa, that's atrocious. All right, this might be hard to read
I
though.
may not be digging the type font as much as I could, but
Hey, I
Beavis
sometimes
New looks good
I'm gonna
for
just
those of
leave it
you
like that.
that are out there. Beavis New is a nice typeface.
There you go. I'm gonna just leave it like that. So if you don't
Croc
already have,
Rock. What does that
if you,
say? Croc Rock?
yep, dude, I always get do croc. I'm like, what?
Croc Rock
You want me
Live?
to make pottery? Okay, anyway, so that's the answer. If you don't already have Ecamm, click that first, download the software. Once you get it all set up, go to the Facebook group, join in right away, and then ask for the beta. And once you have the beta downloaded, you can do some crazy stuff. Before we dive into beta, I want to introduce you to two new pieces of gear. YouTube Verks. I like that name. Oh, you're part of the beta group. All right, cool. Yeah, yes. Oh, let me get you that link. It should be Sulio. Okay, let me stop being distracted. This is my home dog from college. Like, it was my group partner for everything we did in college, and he's another
Nice.
Sean, so we're cool. Hector,
And he's still
let
speaking
me
to you?
show you where this is. Huh?
And he's still speaking to you?
Oh yeah, most definitely. That's my homie. All right. So in the beta group right now, that Rodecaster Pro link for that new article should be at the top of the group. If not, just tag me and I'll send it to you because it literally just came out at 9, which was like literally 11 minutes ago. All right.
I want to see that myself. So why don't you put that link in the chat? Can you do that?
Yeah. Hold on.
Put that in the chat because I'm going to pull that up. Because
Oh
I
yeah.
spent about an hour with Alex on. And so I've got mine running great when I'm the host. But when I'm not the host, that's where I'm running into a little bit of technical issue. So we can go through that today, maybe.
Okay. So there's the link for the support article, and then
Well, I didn't see it in the chat yet.
it's coming.
Okay.
You know how they be mad delayed.
I
Always.
like stream YouTube Verks.
YouTube Verks. I like that because then that
YouTube
means
Verks.
he
It
can be
works.
friends with Eric because
It
Eric's
works.
also on Sprechen Sie Deutsch. Let me disable that, and then I'm gonna send you another shortcut link to get to the beta group. I got it right here. Sorry, I am. The caffeine is not kicked in yet. About 10 more minutes will be perfect. Okay, so I put the link to the beta group in there too, and then from there you should be able to get at it. So I just added the link for the Rodecaster Pro
I'm
setup,
not seeing it.
and then a link for the beta. On your window in use Safari Chrome right now.
I'm in Chrome.
Okay, open the chat bubble.
Chrome.
The
I
chat
have.
bubble's on the right side of the page.
Yeah, it's open.
It should
I
come-
see YouTube Verks. Thanks.
But you didn't see the one that I posted?
No, I don't see yours.
Oh, here, let's try this.
I don't see anything that you've posted.
Let's try this. Maybe when you go through Restream Chat, which is what I use to send stuff, it doesn't populate.
Wow, now it just popped up. I just got
Okay.
a Doc Rock,
right.
Rock Live beta. Well, that's your beta. That's for me to download beta.
No.
So
That's to get to the group.
All right, now here's the one that I want.
Yeah, the beta one goes to the group, and then the other one is the article. Okay, so here's the thing. Good thing we got that, Scott. I need a timestamp for right now. We're 9 minutes in. I got to tell the boys that if you comment from Restream Chat, it doesn't show up on the guest window. But if I comment directly in YouTube, it shows up in the guest window. So that's something to tell the boys. Okay, so before we dive into what's popping, I gotta get you guys on some gear joint because this is mind blowing, and Scott ain't gonna like it. Here we go. Bam. Let me show you that. Let me see if I can get.
PodTrak.
Yeah, hold on. I have one thing.
Is that like a Roadcaster wannabe?
I would call it Zoom wannabes. They're pretty on their game, but yeah. Let's add that.
All right, I'm gonna read this article real fast because it's not very long.
I wonder why that
Matter of
didn't
fact,
work.
I could share my screen so everybody could see this if you wanted to.
No, don't do that. That's
Okay.
distracting.
All right, feature.
All right, that works. And go like that. There we go. That's what I was trying to do. All right, here we go. I'm gonna go tall, and then I can keep Scott and I like over here. So anyway, what I wanted to point you guys out to is this new PodTrak P8. Okay, if you don't know Zoom, Zoom has been around for quite a long time. Actually, they predate Rode by about 15 years. The most common Zoom interface, and mine is here somewhere close by, is the Zoom H4n. That's what they really got famous for. It was like literally one of the best microphone portable recorders that came out when we first started shooting videos with handheld cameras back in the DSLR days, or actually even prior to that, the small little square camcorders. So, what these guys did, they already had a Rodecaster competitor called the L8, but the L8 was more, I guess, geared towards just regular studios. It wasn't necessarily set up in podcast oriented situation. So what they did to simplify that was they made another model, which is the PodTrak P8. So the L8 would be good for like Scott doing gigs at a wedding or something like that, where you needed all 8 channels, or you're doing sound for like a university. You need like 8 teachers talking and ability to record it directly on the box, things like that. So when Rodecaster came out, they took all of these mixers, because Tascam got one, ProSonus has one, Zoom has one. Rodecaster took all of those guys are doing and go, you know what? We're going to take exactly those mixers, make it pretty, call it Podcaster only, even though not only podcasters use it, but put it in that market. And then podcasters jumped on it. And Zoom was like, we stupid. Our mixer's been out a year and a half longer, but we never even pushed it at the podcast market. So what they went back and did, redesigned the L8. There's also an L12, if I remember correctly. They worked around it. They came out with the P8. But it gets even better than that. If you don't need to be as crazy as a P8, which let me just show you how sexy it is. Basically, what the Rodecaster Pro has, but some of the cool things is you have 6 dedicated headphone outs. I like the way that they carry the colors all the way through. So if you are here in this guy, right? Red corresponds to red, orange to orange, the tracks, the mixers, the sliders, even the mute switches up here. They have the ability for you to, I can listen to Scott, but take him off air. So he could talk to me, but you guys couldn't hear it if I press the button on this side. You understand? So that's kind of cool, because you could have that guest pregame. You're talking to the guests before you let them on, things like that. You got your standard 9 pads, 4 banks. You know how to do that. So you can have your standard 9, then the second 9, then the third 9, then the fourth 9. So you can rock it like that. It does record internally. Each of the 8 tracks records separately. Then you have stereo out to go to your monitors, and then you can adjust that. You want to get that, Scott?
No, thanks. And
Okay.
my phone just blows up when I'm on the air. It's ridiculous.
They're just calling you, see if they can cut in.
I know.
I love the touchscreen controls and all of that stuff that they added here, which is pretty rad. As you can see, it's not that big. Rodecaster will always win because they like to do metal, and for whatever reason, Zoom likes to do plastic. I'm never a fan of plastic when metal would work better, but it does. It can speak to Eric. It does speak English, Francais, Deutsch, Italiano, Espanol, and Nihongo. Oh, I need it right there. Nihongo, you guys probably can't read that, but that says Japanese. So,
Okay.
Nihongo no koto ga dekimasu kara, mo hontou ni sono mixo wa Nihongo mo tsukatte ii kamo shiremasen.
Does it say you should buy the Rodecaster Pro on it in
No.
Japanese? Oh,
No.
okay.
So the
right.
cool thing is, what's dope about this, one thing that's cool, yes, you can do the phone call here, as you can see. You could do it through a USB-C cable, or you can use the Bluetooth adapter to pop that in, and that gives it, sort of the same thing. So you can bring phone calls in just like the Rodecaster Pro. Anyway, I mean, really, it's out there. It's an alternative, and Zoom has just always had really good preamps, and, they've always been good about this. Now, just like the Rodecaster, you can use 4 AA batteries or an external battery pack if you have one that you use to travel. And yeah, I just thought it was a good alternative for somebody out there looking for something similar, but it's $100 cheaper. Plastic will be $100 cheaper. So there you go. But I mean, incredible device. Now the second one, for those of you who like want that creativity, but don't need let me back out, don't need the full like shooting match. This guy is $199, not even for a limited time. So it's a 4-track version of the same. Basically, all of the same primary features. For people, cute bald lady. That's kind of funny. Cute bald lady, dude with long hair.
She's got your hairdo.
But yeah, you can basically do the exact same things, including plugging a Bluetooth adapter to grab calls from the Bluetooth. 4 mics. Basically the same thing as a Rodecaster or the Zoom P8, but just in a smaller device, and it's only $200. And this device can also double as a USB interface for your computer. So if you're looking for something similar to how Scott has the Rodecaster, you can do that. Now, here's the one key element that makes it puts a foot square up the crack of the Rodecaster. 70 dB of gain. 70 dB of gain. The Rodecaster Pro has 50 dB of gain. I shouldn't have to explain this to DJs, but I will. When you plug in an SM7 or SM7B or PodMic, even their own PodMic, into the Rode Podcaster Pro with 50 dB of gain, it's never enough. So what do you have to do? Add a pre-mix amp. Where'd it go?
Okay, now I'm going to go out on the limb here and disagree with you a little bit, Doc, because I don't have anything additional on my SM7. And I only had my
environment is designed perfectly
3/4 of the way, and I don't even have anything jacked up within the settings, so I could go in there and add some more gain to this. So
100%
for me, I don't see a need for that. But yeah, I will tell you,
using the SM7. Try that with SM7B. It's not every reviewer across the board. Not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. Every reviewer across the board says the SM7B doesn't have enough gain to run the SM7B. You have an SM7. It was more intelligent back then.
I got the vintage.
That's a big difference.
Like 40 years. Yep.
But the average person, you ain't going to buy SM7. Not now. No, if you did, it's going to be $1,800. So at this moment in time, it 50 dB is low. Like my interface has 64. The Zoom PodTrak has 70. 70 is crazy amount of gain, and then you don't have to buy a Fed head or buy these are way cheaper. These are like $50. Fed head is $80. Cloud lifter is $150. All do exact same thing. And that's is what it is. So that being said, I gotta check something. I feel that comments got eat. Okay, no, we're good. Yo, what in the exact heck just happened?
Is that you?
Yeah.
You want to answer to that?
No. And I told it to mute, but what I didn't do. No, it's funny. I told my phone to mute, but I didn't tell my computer to mute. That's the problem. You got to tell the computer.
You know who that was? That was Rodecaster calling to tell you that there's enough gain coming out of my microphone. That's what they were.
They can lie all they wish. Anyway, so those are just two options out there. Two options out there to show you folks what's popping. What?
Zoom stuff is good, guys. If you're a DJ and you're out doing a wedding, 9 out of 10 videographers are going to come with a Zoom and plug it into your speaker so that they can get their audio. So it's definitely a tried and true brand. And you'll see all the professional videographers, at least the ones that I work with, that's what they come out with to grab audio.
Okay, now we're going to do some crazy stuff. All right.
Okay.
I'm going to disappear us for a second. Nobody freak out. We're here. Okay? And then I'm going to go like this, and I'm going to add me. And then I'm going to go like this again. I'm going to add 2 of me, but I'm going to switch the second me to Scott.
So you can put my evil twin up there, or you want to put Frankie up there? There's Frankie.
Can you guys see this? All you guys that use Ecamm will be like, what in the exact kind of wizardry is this guy doing? Because if you use Ecamm for any for any period of time, mixing up words that sound the same but mean exactly 2 different things. If you use any, this thing. I can't speak English today. Today is my first day of speaking English. If you use this joint for a long time, you will understand that this is just pure craziness, and it absolutely works, and it's so dope. Hold on, let me see.
Now, what are we going to use this for? Is the big question.
I'm gonna show you. Hold on. I gotta find. Man, everybody be trying to talk to us during showtime. What's wrong with folks?
It's unbelievable.
Here we go. This is what I was trying to do. Sorry, I needed to add this to the thing so I could do this.
What is this foul sorcery?
Let me do that again.
What is this foul sorcery?
Unbelievable.
Okay, so here, as you can see, we have floating cameras. So instead of the camera situation the way it used to be, where you go and you click on one of these guys and, you know, somebody pops into the scene, what we're doing now is we're putting the cameras in as overlays. Let me switch to live demo mode so you can see what's popping. So here's what happens. I'm going to disappear this one for a second, and I'm going to disappear this one for a second. Okay, so I started with a blank scene. And then come down here in the bottom, you used to be able to click this to add an image. You can add an image from your desktop, or you can click this to add an animated image, or you can click this to add a text. You know what I'm saying? So you've always been able to do those, right? But that's the countdown timer type situation. You've always been able to add the countdown timer, things of that nature. This one is for web widgets. This new one, it looks like a camera. You press it, camera pops up on screen. You press it again, second camera, not that, second camera pops up on screen, right? So then you hit the edit button, switch the second camera to Scott Smoking, and then bam, now you have multiple cameras. So what this means, all you guys fighting overlays, trying to figure out how to make something fit into one of your swanky overlays. Now you can overlay yourself until you roundabout stupid in the face. You can go crazy with it. You can do all sorts of things. Let me see if I have any random overlays I've been messing with. The other thing that's cool is you can use a what's the word I'm looking for? You can use a movie. Yes, it's Miguel. Yeah, you see that. Look, let me put you on blast. Boom, Miguel. What's up, pimp? Good to see you here. You can put it in this definitely Ecamm. So and let me move Scott off of Miguel's comment because comment's like kind of sore. I'm just trying to see if I have an overlay. If not, we'll just make one real fast so you can see. I know I got something in here. Let's see, 1920 wide. All right, bam. Here's one right here. This is not the appropriate overlay, but you'll see what I mean. So I can take this picture and put it there. And long as it's on the top, it's there. Okay, so I'm gonna take my graphic, go like that, right click on my edit button, move that down. I'm gonna hit my edit button and I'm gonna switch myself to tall. Okay, and then I'm gonna zoomify it and I put myself in the little window. Okay, then I'm gonna take the Scott and leave him as B, and then zoomify Scott, and now Scott's in the window. And then I need to put my camera on top of Scott's so it hides that little piece, and then bam! Look, now we are in the screen. We got matching glasses today, Scott.
I know.
But you see how much easier that is?
True.
Like, it's so much easier because you can put any graphic because these guys are floatable now. And before they didn't used to be as such. And then again, you can go in here and you can switch it to classic, get that Instagram swag, right? You can switch it to square. That's Instagram, sorry. Classic is 4x3, like old television. And then you can do tall, so you can have, two tall setups like this.
And then center myself. So there you go.
So here, if I were to go back into the square mode and go like that, and then bring it down to about right here, switch myself to square, like that, make it.
And let's do the Brady Bunch.
exactly what I was fixing to do. That's so funny. You figured it out already. All right. Here's the story of the kind
Of a
of
lovely
DJ. One was living in Chicago by his own. And then the other guy came from Hawaii. And he was cool as S.
Yeah. Okay.
So look, so then I can go like that and then add the next one. And so go in here and do
Well, how
the
come there's
edits.
more of you than me, huh?
I
Frankie
ain't get
wants
that
to do
far yet. Hold on,
all the
player. Hold on, player. Relax. I'm just trying to
Here,
show the
bring
folks
the
at
star
home.
of the show in. The star of the show has arrived now. Come
See,
on over here, Frank.
I'm just trying to show the folks at home how to do
Yeah.
this because it is that crazy that you can actually sit here and Brady Bunch or what was that show with Nipsey Russell? I'll take
Uh,
Scott for the block. What was
oh,
that
I
show?
remember that, but I don't remember what it was.
Hollywood Squares.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like I'll take Whoopi Goldberg for the zero. Look, now this is your special edition multiplicity version of DJ's live streaming. So if you think about like MTV circa like 80 something, this is what the videos look like. Like you can really do some absolute crazy stuff now with this.
Build your own
Including
video wall.
yeah. Now, here's what's going to be interesting for you folks. It doesn't take a lot of juice to pull this off. So it's not going to like murderize your computer or anything of that nature, right?
That's good news.
Yeah, because it's just duplicating instances, so to speak. So I mean, if you got a really slow machine like that, you can't do this. All right,
Yeah,
so
well,
I'm gonna get at Miguel's question because he got a couple good questions, and I'll explain what he talking about because I'm with you, Miguel. All right, first of all, I gotta say what's up to the boiler business because from the UK. What part of the UK? And then I'll see if I have to be nice to you or not. Uh, Miguel said you gotta watch the replay. It's in the car, but he's been waiting for this. Hey, pull over. Don't crash. Don't do nothing crazy. And he said, okay, can you build these off the screen and bring them in? Yes and no. Okay, because I'm with you on that one. I'm 108% with you on that one. I'll explain that in a second. Andrew, down from under or from down under? He was a man in Bombay with lockjaw and nothing much to say. Okay, let me stop saying. Let me stop singing before people get mad. Anyway, let's go back to the regular us. So, and hit the live demo mode. Okay, Miguel, to your point, we are all wanting preview, what you're speaking of. In traditional switching, switching with something like this baby right here, there's a program mode, like you pick the camera first, and then when you jump over here and press that, it actually jumps. When you hit this first on the extra monitor, you can see, okay, we're good. We're good. Except for Sheffield, though, he must have seen my Man United clock back there because he said the original United. Or either that he'd been watching my feed and he knows I'm a Man United fan. But I'll take Sheffield. I like Sheffy. Anyway, so you take this and it would pop up in the window that says preview. And then when you hit the other side, it would go program. So what you're watching right now, Scott and I, that's a program window. What Miguel wants to see is the preview window where I could go in and fix stuff, make changes, and you wouldn't have to see me looking for an overlay. I would have just went ba-chang and presented it when it was ready. That's coming. Due to just what was going on in the marketplace, what was happening with like cam links and USB cameras and all this other stuff, that was on the burner. Like that was already being built. And then all of a sudden, nobody can find cam links. So they stopped building that to build in the USB connectivity. And then, okay, now we can get back to preview mode. All of a sudden, Skype servers and Zoom servers started sucking because everybody's hammering them. And then they were like, boom, priority, the ability to bring in Scott from a Safari browser or a Chrome browser or an iPhone or an iPad or a PC or whatever. It seemed like a bigger priority for the amount of folks that's out there. A lot of people, this is going to sound strange to us, those of us that like to switch scenes and do all kind of crazy stuff. I watch many lives where they bring up the camera, they bring up the guest, they bring up the title, and then they talk. They don't do all of that craziness. So because of the majority of the user base was screaming to get this interview mode popping, that preview got pushed. And I'm gonna just guess. I can't speak on it for real, but if I'm them, I'm doing the same thing on my Six Sigma board. I got multi-stream next and then preview mode. Preview mode is important, but it's not the die hard like it. I want it badly. I wanted it from the first day. That was literally my first email to support. Can I do preview? And they were like, we're working on it. And that was before the USB stuff came up. But I love the fact that they know how to turn on a dime. This is what makes Ecamm better to me than OBS or Slobs or these other guys that are out there. Number one, they actually work on stuff as it goes, right? Number two, they're very quick to listen to the user base and see what's out there. I can give you a prime example. We got the first beta a week ago, right? October 1st. I'm going to pop in a live demo real quick and show you a little bit, Hector. I'll get into that in a second. Right here, I hope you guys can see this. If you go to interview section, it had two boxes. It had play ring chime, and it had like send the guest to the green room. This week, like yesterday this week, they added auto answer guest. Never pressed that button, but some people wanted it. They added adjust the audio processing for guests. What that has to do, for music folks, I don't want any additional processing if the other person is bringing on, let me move that over here up. Yeah, if the other person is bringing on a like a guitar or a horn, a sax or something like that, you don't want to be doubling processing, and the echo cancellation will just get insane. So they fix that in a week, right? Allow the guests to default to dark mode, right? I should check this. Here's why. It causes the other guest face to change when you hit a white page like such. Let me find a white page. Google. Watch my, wait, I gotta hide this real quick. Watch my face right when I press enter. Wait, type in the right window, Doc. Okay. It's not typing. There we go. Sorry, folks. Okay, look at my face. You see that? It just automatically changed the light, right? Because I changed the page. So if you go in this setting right here, and you turn on always send the guests to dark mode, where'd it go? Right here. Then that way, when they hit the page or they're moving the pages around, their face isn't getting relit by their monitor and messing up your thing. The other thing, allow the guests to display comments and viewer count. So like I was telling Scott to look at the comment earlier, this is how I could turn that off and he wouldn't be able to see the comments, which is dope. One of our users in the last one said, I want to be able to turn that off because I don't want the guests to get distracted or I don't want the guests to get attacked. You know, like I don't want the boiler business.
He doesn't want them to see they got nobody watching.
Yeah, well, I don't want the boiler business to come on and be like, Man United sucks, Manchester is blue, blah, 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 and be harassing me, you know. So go Blades. Anyway, so yeah, that's it. So let me check this out. I just asked this question today, Andrew, and I didn't check my recording, but I do have my audio MIDI settings set to 96, bro. Hold on, let me see that. Where'd that window go? Audio MIDI settings, Windows, show the devices. Here we go. And then go to this guy here. Yeah, I have mine set, my input set to 96 at 4. And then the output, thank you for the subscribe, and have the output set, you know, for the same thing. And so according to the boys, that doesn't really matter. But when you check the recorded file, I never really paid attention, but let's look. If I do a get info, it says audio AAC stereo. It doesn't tell me the bit depth. Let me try something real quick. I'm just checking for you, Andrew. Uh, it doesn't say the bit. Oh yeah, 44.1. I got it. Yeah.
which is CD quality.
Huh?
44.1 is CD quality.
Yeah, it is. But like, I understand the idea of wanting to sample at 48. Like me, when I record, I record everything in 96.
48 is analog, though. That's the difference. 44.1 is your CD quality. I mean, that's what I've always selected whenever I've worked in audio for radio. That's what we would use because, you set it in Adobe Audition or Pro Tools, you went with 44.1K.
Yeah. So the reason why I do everything at 96, I want 96 kilohertz 32-bit float. Reason for that is when I go into Audition or Logic or whatever to go to mess with it, to do normalization, levelization, compression, all of that other stuff, like I want that to be at that 96. In the video game, all video game is 48. See, your audio game. CD is
I'm an
41,
audio guy.
but
I'm an
all
audio
video
guy.
game is 48. So the reason why our one is 48 is all of us in video want 48. So yeah, hopefully they will get that. And boom, there he goes. See? Told you he's smart. And my brother put a picture finally, so you can see that I'm the good looking one.
You're ganging up on me now. See,
I'm the
you
good
guys are
looking
ganging
one.
up
He's the
on me.
smart one. Yeah. See, yeah. That's what Andrew's saying it again. In the broadcast world, it's all
I'm in
48.
the audio world, so I'm 44.1 guy.
Yeah, completely understandable. So now, going back to, I believe it was Hector might have asked that question. Hector asked about the shapes. So right now, Hector, all week. Oh, hello. I gotta go back to this. Ta-da. When you hit the pencil, for right now, we got wide, classic, square, and tall. That's all we got. But we do have custom, right? Custom aspect ratio allows you to just freeform that sucker.
Okay.
So you can do
where's
that.
our circle? Oh, that's cool. Where's our circle though?
No circle yet. They say they'll get at it, but they just wanted to get it working first. They'll
That's
still
actually cool. You could stack a couple of those. That would actually look really good.
right. This is yeah. I think this is dope. Yeah. Here,
Yeah, that's a slick look because now everything we show is so tight. Like we're always in 2 or 3 frame mode. Usually we have 2 guests on myself, Doc, and another guest. So we're like this narrow on there, and you don't get to see any of this stuff over here. So now you can see more. I like it. It looks good. You get more of a shot. You can actually see the room perspective.
So now I can go like that and put it like that,
and right in the middle.
Have an overlay, that kind of covers that. And yeah, so I mean, this kind of stuff is super cool. I hope you meant old school, because old stool means a hard turd.
Stool.
I'm just saying. Come on, Andrew.
That requires a brand muffin.
Yo, Al's my dude though, because in Australia, like I'm the last time zone in the world, and he's the first time zone in the world. So we kind of like on New Year's Day we can celebrate New Year's together twice and not mess up our sleep.
Nice.
So there you go. Yeah, I'm with you, Hector. I can't wait for that live preview edit mode too. Just because I'm that kind of dude. Like I like messing with it. But I can show you how to get around like Scott's circle request, right? All you do is create your overlay with circle holes in it, and then use the square to like line that joint up. And it would still work. Like you would get the aspect of it, right? No pun intended. You would get the general aspect of it, but it would just be,
But you couldn't do the Brady Bunch of circles unless you had an actual overlay to do it.
Yeah, you have to do overlay anyway, right? But yeah, I mean, I would always do overlay. I wouldn't want to leave the naked thing back here. But you know what we can do? Let me get a picture from Unsplash, and round is not an option yet, player. I just got to bother my boy Markeith, because number 1, he's like me, inside hair game. Number 2, beard game. And then much handsomer though, way more handsomer than me.
Well, I'm going with the hat today. I don't have the inside hair yet. I'm getting there, but
Bruh, inside hair
I need
game is where it's at.
I need a haircut. Okay, so
Not in the
tomorrow.
beta, not in the beta, dude. See, not yet. Wait,
Yep.
see, Marquise is messing with me. I gotta check this. I would know, but see, no update. In regular, this is new, Marquise. What you just rolled up on, this is new. If I go to, let me get rid of this for a second. I'm gonna show you what Marquise is talking about because he's cray cray. All right, so if I go to regular cameras and put me and Scott, or Scott and I, and then go like this and right click on that, I can do round.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? If I were to go to share screen and then I have us two like that, I can go round, but it doesn't work because you know what I'm saying? We're two of us in one camera. So yeah, like that it can, but if only one of us in the camera, it works. But what we doing today, brother Marquise the brother, that's what is that? Two Life Crew. I couldn't remember. That's so funny. Let me
Me so
86 that, and I needed to go to blank screen, so Command Shift B. And then what we're doing today, Marquise, is we're adding ourselves as overlays because these joints move everywhere. And you got the new joint, which is custom, which is just like, woo,
That's cool.
long.
You could be the host up on top and stack like 3 guests across the bottom.
Right?
That would be very
right. That is super cool. So
that's cooler than you're going to get on one of the news shows that likes to do this. So
yeah, you know what this would be cool for is something similar to okay, and this is the DJ show, so we're gonna make it like sort of DJ, right? Say
Right.
we're critiquing new remixes, okay? So what we would do is take a Scott. Let me move this over here. We take a Scott and we put like a Scott right there, and we take me and put me right here, make them evenish, right? And then had the other guests, right? So let's get another guest. Oh, wrong one. Sorry, Scott, come back. We can have another guest, which is another Scott, right?
Right.
Like right here. So let's just pretend this is Robert. I don't know why we would let that jerk on our show, but anyway. And then right here, we can have the turntable overlay with the record turning, and then we're listening to it, and then down here we would have our scores, right? So you know, Scott would like send me the score, and then I'll be like, I'll give it a 9. You know what I'm saying? Like I could put it there.
I will rate that record. Yeah, there you go.
Put it down on the bottom.
Cool. You just put the little number up there. I like that.
Right. And then Scott going to give it an 8.5 because
8.5.
Wait, what did I do?
Because it had a good beat. It had a good beat.
You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So we would be able to do something sort of like that, and then the other Scott will give it 2 thumbs down in the Z formation.
Right.
So we're gonna add one like that. And does emojis work?
Yeah.
No, let's give it that.
Give it a heart. Give it a heart. Tell them we love it.
No, at least one of the people got to be Simon.
Okay.
So you know what I mean?
That's
so
right.
Completely
go to work.
Uh-oh. Hey, we got in trouble just now, Scott, because Robert mad. We won't let him on the show.
Right.
Hey, you got the link, Robert. You can just join.
Link, man. Come on aboard. That's
he
all.
got the link. You
got the link.
Never mind, Robert. Send your kid. He's cooler. He subscribes to us.
Right. At age 7.
So yeah, you could like what they've done with this update is fantastical. You can do some really crazy stuff. So yeah, you got the standard interview mode. Oh wait, there's more. You know what's that commercial?
Yeah. Oh wait. There's more.
There's more. Hold
Wonderful. There's more.
Let me shrinkify some windows real quick, move stuff out the way, because I want to accidentally show the Slack room and get myself in trouble. Me anheo. Okay. That's just get Robert in trouble. All right, I'm gonna open up the Stream Deck because it got crazy, folks. It got crazy. Let me see. I tried this the last time and I screwed it up. Let's see if I can does it again. I need to go.
Or are you going to use the Stream Deck to show how you can move stuff around on here now and move the guests in and out?
Yeah, this is
Yeah,
gangster.
that's pretty cool.
All right.
I actually set that up today for our ref room show.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, I set it up, but I did not get to use it because my host had to bail. He had technical issues, but I have it set up so you can actually control stuff off the buttons now. It's really nice. It's awesome.
This is kind of cool, designing screens on the fly. All right, so I got two mute buttons right now, but I'm gonna eliminate this mute button because I was just messing around with the Stream Deck the other day. So let me delete that. Apple Watch be trying to get me to stand in the middle of the show. No. And then spam people be calling me. We'd like to talk to you about your car insurance. So first thing I want to do is come over all the way down here to the bottom, and I want to find Stream Deck buttons. What's good, stuff you don't use, close it. Here we go. I'm going to grab Create Folder. Okay? And then I'm going to open that. Now I got my new folder. Okay? So I'm going to close Soundboard. And yeah, that's better because it gets crazy when you have, I don't need Zoom right now, when you got too much stuff. And then IFTTT, Streamlabs, all you guys are close here. And here we go. Go down to the bottom. Okay, wait. I have to do this every time for my man because he's cool. Boom. Wrong one. There you go, Tim. Tim's on in the building. Tim is Upside Down Gang. You know what, June? I thought about that, but my light is going to be right there. I got the new 52-inch monitor. It's so big, it will actually hit the light. But just to show you, look, I can do this.
I can't even see. I see you're upside down.
No, my desk is moving. Look at the camera.
I can't see it.
My desk moves. It's cool like that.
You have a stand-up desk?
Yes. Okay,
Nice.
so in this guy right here, go down to the very bottom. They've added solo guests, so you can pop that there. I didn't mean to press that. Hope I didn't press it. And then you can move the guest to the left. And then you can move the guest to the right. And then just for I have it in the same thing. I'm going to go ahead and add on the second page. I'm also going to hide the comment so that if I were to, put Tim up there, I could just press the button. It's gone. I don't know if you guys can hear me. I tried to slap the button hard enough that you can hear it.
We did.
The other thing I want to do, I want to put my viewer count down there so that I can see like how much people is there. Okay. Luf Key.
Now that counter, is that for everybody or is that only for YouTube?
I like this. Luf Krieger. I like that because I love my favorite show on TV is Vikings, by the way, but not the football team. And then you know what? Let me stop being vampire. Tim, stop messing with me. You know I'm gonna do that every time you come. Then the other thing that I could do is I would probably add me a show hide overlay button just so that I have it, right? Now, the other slick ones here is I would go in because I like my soundboard action. I'm going to go ahead and put a play audio button right here. And then I'm going to do this unbelievable. And then I'm going to go get the file real quick. I have it on my desktop. Where did I do with it? I got it right here.
Unbelievable.
You know what I want to tell the boys to do? I need to be able to, when the sound is in, what's the word I'm looking for? When the sound is in, man, why can't I think today? let me go back to camera, and then go like that, and then 80/60s. Oh, you can stack yourself. That's good to know. When the sound is in the sound play window, I want to be able to right click on the asset and say show the asset in Finder. You know what I mean? Because I always like lose where I stuck an overlay or something. So it'd be kind of cool to be
So you
able
want a
to,
path.
yeah, I want to be able to just like be able to right click on it and get back to where it's located. Okay, so I got my file in there now. Let's go back and click on that. All right, cool. So there's my sound button,
Unbelievable.
and that should pop through. And then so now my Stream Deck is set up. So now when I press these buttons, and I can hit like solo, or go back again, or switch the guests around. You know what I'm saying? So you can, without jumping scenes, you could just move the camera, and then right when I put Loof back on there again, I can hit the button to sort of move that, and then yeah, it's literally cool like what they've done with the new options and the new Stream Deck update. The new Stream Deck update itself is money. Things that you could do now with the interview mode, and again, the new settings in the preferences under interview mode. Make sure Command comma, open up the preferences, go in there and take a look, because that's where it's at. Anybody got any questions? That's the next question. But this is a game changer. Holy goodness, we can make super sick overlays now.
Yeah, this is really, I mean, like the improvements in the last 2 weeks are unbelievable. And no more Skype.
Yeah. Dude, we can make an overlay
You can
that's
use Skype. I mean, if you've got a limited number of hours and you want to, maximize them, you can use Skype if you want.
yeah, you can always do that. I don't know. To me, the quality coming out of interview mode is dope. I know they said they're not going to do any more major They're not going to do any more major changes before the next dot release. And if you guys are unfamiliar how software works, this version is 3.6 beta 13. So the next version that comes out is going to be 3.6. The preview window and other stuff like that, that'll be 3.7. What do you got, Mr. Blades? Let me know. So the other thing that I think is going to be really cool, yeah, that preview mode will be clutch for right now. But I was just thinking, in a show like ours, like, oh, I love that question. Ooh, my favorite question. Let me finish my thought. I could get a picture of a controller rig, right? Got 2 turntables, or make it modern, 2 Pioneer Nexus 2000s, and you know how the picture of the label shows up in there? I could put us in there, right? And just have it. The one thing I really wish we had, and it's for no other reason than style, I want a live visualizer. You know what I'm saying? You know what? So like you can see the
Yeah.
I even thought about going back
What are
and
you going to
digging
do
up.
with that, though?
Just put it on the scene. Hey Frankie, put it up on the scene right here, like to have the bouncing in the middle. Yeah, it's you see people do it all the time for music oriented feeds. Okay, so here we go. Here's my absolute favoriteest question. How important is it that I have headphones when interviewing? I'm gonna say paramount, because
It's a 10.
It's just better. So what I'm using, what Scott's using, $20 IEMs. Scott's using the Mi 6s. They're 20. Those are also $20 IEMs. So these are dope. If I wanted to, I could do this. I'm just lazy.
If you get these, get an extender cable for them. So you want a male to female 3.5 millimeter extender cable. I recommend like a 3-footer. Yeah, there you go. Because they're too short. I'm sitting really close here, but they would still be too short. This just makes it, see if I can show you. Mine connects. So this is the.
Oh, we got the same extender.
It's the extender. Yeah, it's the extender. I just
Standard
wanted to show you.
Amazon Basics extender. So if I put my wire behind me, which I'm just lazy to do all the time, but
I have
yeah,
mine. So
yeah,
if you see, I have my
um,
wire is here.
I will give you
And
the
if
link
you know how
in
to
the
use
chat.
these, they go behind your ear. So a lot of people don't know how to wear these properly. They go behind. You tuck them in so the wire goes over your ear. I hope you can see that. But then back here, let me take this out again because I want to show you guys something. There is a plastic piece back here. Can you see that, Doc, while I'm turned? I don't know if you could see. There's
Yeah,
a
it's
little
called the yoke.
square. Okay. So
Yeah.
once you get these onto your ears like this, they really don't hang out very well on your ear at that point. And you take that plastic piece that he calls a yoke and you just pull it up tighter. And now they stay in perfect position and they're very comfortable. So you can wear
I got
these
the
for
link. I got the link coming for you. Actually, if I do this, if you look on my channel, I actually did a good review on it, so you can see how they work. But I like the fact that if I throw it behind my head, like you don't even see the wire. You know what I'm saying? So I think that part of it is absolutely incredible.
right.
But I just always forget to do it, or I don't care if people see the wire. You know, it's kind of a I like the ability of not seeing the wire, but it's not the
Sometimes
end
for
all be
comfort,
all.
I throw them up in front and run them that way. And I run them opposite ear of what they're supposed to be because I'm coming from the front and then it fits your ear. But, that's just kind of, I'm going to do something real quick and I'm not going to be on for a period of time. But with 2 shows going today, I put them in properly.
There you go. So that's the video, and I'm trying to find a link. These guys are super, super, super good. I absolutely love them. They're, again, inexpensive, and they're so cheap. I actually bought 2 pairs, and then I'm going to show you how to make it even better, okay? So first, I'm going to send you the link to the ones that I got, and then I'm going to show you the upgrade to them.
Well, I'm going to say this. These MME6s that I have, I think I paid like $10 for these. Maybe 12. It's the best $15 you'll ever spend on our least favorite company, Amazon, on their site. But $15, you're going to get them. You're going to love them. They'll last you for a long time. They come with a variety of tips. So when I say tips, for your ear to fit, so that they're like a custom fit. They're awesome. I paid well over $100 or $200 for a different pair that I've had for a number of years, and I don't like those nearly as much as I like these. And again, under $20.
So
Great buy.
here's
And you
the
turned me on to a more professional pair, I think, that you have, Doc.
yeah.
They were in the $25 or $30 price range, and
No,
I haven't
it's
ordered them, but
20
I have them in my cart to get them.
It's $20 right here. This is the picture of
20.
them right here.
There you go.
Here, I'll show you in 2 seconds why I think these are slightly better. And it's just, I'm trying to do this just so I can give context for somebody watching the replay because they're not going to understand what I just did. I posted the link blankly, which is just dumb because when someone watches the replay, there's no context. So give me 1 second and then I could do that. Now I'm going to show you why these are better. Let me grab my bag. Because again, I told you, I bought multiple sets. All right, this is the
I'm going to ask
Scott
you a question about these too. So, because I have a question with regard to this.
Here's why they're dope. Because when your dog, Frankie's cool, but if you got a different dog or a kid or just you been sipping on some good Scottish Ela whiskey, and you get up from eating the Glencairn and you yank the cord out, you killed your $20 IMs. With mine, if I yank the cord out, I buy another $5 cord and go back to work. The other thing is if you want thicker cord because it fits better or it hangs nicer or you want longer or you want with the microphone, this pair right here doesn't have a microphone, but the pair that's on my head does.
Okay.
So, see, there's a microphone right there. I don't know if you can see that, but against my face. So you can get the cord with microphone, without microphone. And I just like the replaceable cord because the other thing is the ear memory wire. The ear memory wire on all of them, including the Mi 6s, it gets dumb after a while. Right now, the memory is really good on these. But from using it a lot, just because of what it is, the memory wire...
Mine is not that... Now I'm going to pop these out, so I'm not going to be able to hear you, but I'm going to just
Hey,
talk
that's
for a
say bad
second.
stuff about Scott. He
These
can't
don't
hear us
really
right
have
now.
as much memory to them. I mean, they're
Bro, that's Sony focus, dude. People be like, oh, my Canon M50 can't autofocus. Get a
here's one
Sony.
other thing. I can't hear you, but I'm going to show you. These also come with a variety of tips. Let this focus here a little bit.
That was my upgrade, Scott. You stole it.
And
Oh, he can't hear me. I'm talking to myself.
mine aren't as nasty as a lot of people's, just so you know. I actually do clean my ears. All right, so back in they go. So what I wanted to ask you about, Doc, is how do you tell what tip size? I mean, when you get the initial purchase, they send you a ton of different sizes to put in. I always go with the very smallest ones. For some reason, my ears are small on the inside, I guess. But I wanted to buy some more replacements because these do get a little funky after a period of time.
I'm so
you hear
glad
me?
you. Yes, I'm so glad you brought that
they
up
get a little
because
funky. So you can clean these guys. I mean, just like if you have earbuds, which I'm going to pull out. Let me get in my pocket here because I
was
never
like, what are you doing under that table?
I never go anywhere without earbuds. And you see, even my earbuds are pretty nice and clean because I've seen some and they're not very nice and clean. I don't know if I got to get out of the way so this will focus on here.
It's very important that you clean those things.
Yeah.
All right, let me show you something. So two things. I have mine in my pocket too? So let me take mine out of my pocket so I can.
So I want to
you.
find out like the correct size to get for your ear, the inside of this. And they sell them in packages, but they're by size. Where do you see on here what size you've bought?
In order to get the answer, this part has to stop moving. Okay, first of all, you want to watch spin fits. Okay, I'm going to show you why. These are spin fits. The ones that I have right now for my headphones are CP145s because it's a 4.5 millimeter nozzle on the inside. Okay. Also, and a different pair, I don't know if it'll pop up down here. I don't want to go digging for it. I also bought them for my, like this, for my AirPods, right? So here's what's dope about the spin fit. I don't know if this graphic will pop up when I click it, but yes, instead of the way the regular one works, right? The one that comes on the headphone, the spin fit is actually flexible, okay? So when I go to here, you'll see it's way more, it's hard to tell that in the camera because my fingers are so big, but it's way more flexible than the standard tip that comes with the headphones like this. This is what comes with them. So,
all right, so
as you can tell by the graphic, it allows the tip to bend comfortably into the hole and you get a better sealing, like locking things. It does two things. It blocks the wife talking to you. It also gives you just better sound, right?
Well, you have to pay extra for getting the wife blockage. Is that an optional upgrade?
It's the first upgrade right there. Enhanced noise isolation. So
because I had to pay extra for that.
The dope part is these guys are like 10, 11 bucks. The other dope part is SpinFit has them in a myriad of sizes, right? So what I did, because I couldn't find the answer to the question that you were asking, Scott, is I used a caliper and I measured it. But I don't know what my caliper is. Oh, here it is. I know I keep it close.
Got those kinds of tools because that's your business. So yeah.
Well, yeah, I'm a designer, so you always got to have calipers around. But you can look online and find your headsets. The problem with like the Mii's is I don't know how known that brand is to see if you'll be able to find it. However, you should be able to see like there's probably a Reddit group that people support that Mii's or whatever. So when I measured mine, my tip, when I pulled this off, it came out to 5 millimeter. So you wanted the 4.5s because they stretch, right? You see what I'm saying? So I just went like this and I measured this piece right here, the internal, and The internal one is 5 millimeters. So when you pop this on, you just I flip the cone inside out so you have a room to grip it. And
Yep.
again, for $10, greatest upgrade ever. The AirPod ones is a little more expensive, so you just slip it on, and once it's tight, you flip it down, and these are good to go. And you get a pack. Let's say there's 2 pairs in the pack, and the other reason why SpinFit is dope. So you said you use the smalls.
Yeah.
I traditionally,
But they have an extra small too, which I don't know if these came with an extra small or if they only came with a small.
right.
So
So
I'm
I
not
normally
sure.
use somewhere between medium and large. It depends on the headphone because every guy sends you different stuff. When I bought
Yep.
the version for my AirPods, these are also SpinFit. Oh no, actually I took them off. Where'd it go? I switched them because I wanted to clean these. Oh, here it goes. It's in the little bag right here. When I ordered the ones for my AirPods, what I did was I ordered one medium and one large. I ordered 2 kits because 2 different size ears because my mama slapped me a lot.
Oh yeah, that happens.
It's what it is. So
If you
like, and
weren't in Hawaii, I'd even that out a little bit, Doc, once in a while.
I always hated the fact that I always had a problem with earbuds because one side would always fall out, and then it dawned on me a couple years back that maybe I just have 2 different size ear holes. And then my doctor said, yeah, not uncommon. So I started, mixing them up. And then once you do one small, one medium, you get a good fit. And how you tell, you just put them in, see how long you can rock it without it sliding out or falling out or whatever. And then you might have to go one bigger. Also, if you can't get full isolation to where you can barely hear background sounds, you're using too small. If it's uncomfortable and you get that throbbing sound, then they're too large. So that's how you pick. The AirPods actually have a test that listen for leakage in your head, right? When you put it in, you go into the settings on the iPhone and you can do a test and it listens because they're noise canceling and they have mics. It listens for what it can hear, so it knows if your ear's leaking or not, and it'll tell you to go to the next highest or next lowest when you're trying to figure that
Well, I
out.
didn't know. So wait, what do you call that thing? And it goes on
Yeah,
onto your ear pod.
yeah. So you
So I
have the
don't think
regular ones. So the ones you have, it's like a condom. You slip it on, and it makes it tighter.
Yeah, but I don't
But
know. I mean, I don't think I could get that into my ear because even with these, this is like the best I can. That's why I like these actually because they do actually fit my ears.
yeah, it's good.
I
So
don't. I mean, like that fits me great.
yeah, when on the pros, because they come with 3 different size tips, you run the test to let you know how tight they fit. And I
Okay.
absolutely love my AirPods, like nothing against them. But for the situation, like the boiler business is talking, you kind of don't want to use them for this because the Bluetooth adds a latency issue. Some people say lag, proper terminology. I will always want you to use proper terminology. The latency
Yeah,
issue
it's
will start,
latency, but the
it'll,
youngsters like lag.
it will drive you absolutely crazy. Okay, Robert has a good question for once. I'm going to stop messing with Robert. Let me,
Serato now playing on my stream. Any way to capture from Serato to Mixer to have an overlay within the stream as a visual overlay. Well, I actually, so I've got a couple of events going on. So I put the new version of Serato into a new computer that I haven't played with yet. And I don't have the controller in because it's already out in the vehicle. I will play with that after Saturday night. So I'm going to look at some of this stuff because I never upgrade Serato before shows. I mean, I have to be down for a period of time before I will put a new version of anything in because I can't risk it. So, I'm not a firm believer of being the first guy to test something like that out at a show. So that's something we need to play around with for a couple weeks in the studio to make sure it all works before I make that upgrade. But I am going to do it, and I do have that version ready to go in my new laptop, which has not gone out to a show yet. So we'll get you an update on that, Robert.
so in theory, the answer to the question is yes. In order to pull in, I'm trying to think of a couple ways you could do this. So you can screen capture any segment of the screen as an overlay with the standard like share screen, right? So if I go to this one, which is my share screen, I think I have to start with blank though, but let me pop over to share screen real quick. So here we are in Serato, and right now there's a checkbox. Oh, sorry. Let me come over here. So here you go. So there's zoom to app window. Turn this off, and I should be able to get the window to sort of, any size I want. You know what I'm saying? So, but that's not going to work because you got to see all of the controls. So there is an application known as Ecamm Twist. And with Ecamm Twist, you can use a segment of a window to pull that off. Let me check if window capture does the same thing. Let's see, sharing window. It's already on. That's not it. Recording. Yeah, there's no window capture in here. So we're going to use the software like, what's the word I'm looking for? Ecamm Twist. Let me jump to that. Why'd you look over there? Ecamm Twist. So Ecamm Twist has the ability to take any application and turn it into a camera, so to speak. It's free, so it doesn't cost anything. So you download this, and then one of the settings in here is going to be called window capture. When you select that, it's going to ask you what size window you want, and or what application, or do you want it to be freeform or whatever. So you tell it you want Serato, and then you basically draw a box around what it is you're trying to capture. That will show up as a camera source. So in theory, Ecamm should then see that in your list of cameras. So I'll play with it. I'll play with it to make sure, but I'm pretty positive that's how I would do it. That's how I used to do it in the past with other things. Ecamm Twist allows you to grab any. That's how we used to fake tickers when we couldn't get a ticker back in the day. We would, or we would also use it to. You ever seen a chat where you're live tweeting at an event, right? So
Yeah.
I used to go to events and set up a big screen TV, and I would take the Mac Mini and I would connect it up to a Twitter account, and then I would tell Ecamm Twist to grab the mentions page, right? And then I would set it to search a hashtag, say hashtag DJ's live streaming. And anybody that would tweet DJ's live streaming, it would grab that image and place it onto the Mac Mini. So at an event, people always wanted to take their photos with Twitter or whatever, just to see themselves on the big screen. So that's how you would do it. Sorry, folks.
That's what they do at the Las Vegas hotels when you check in. They've got the big screen up there, and if you put the tweet up, you can be on the big screen.
So yeah, I'm pretty positive. But yeah, I mean, to your point, Robert, you actually just helped me out because, like I said, I wanted to put a visualizer that plays in the thing, and it doesn't matter for this particular stream or my Ecamm teaching streams, but it's something that's music oriented, or even a podcast, or you're just a single talking head. It just gives something to the effect. And currently, this is how we do it. App. Let's see if this comes up. This is currently how I do it, but it cannot do it in real time. So this is a headliner app, and what it allows me to do is take segments of the show, and then when you post it to Instagram, you could either get the words or you could get the waveform. Oh my goodness, English as a second language. See right here, they got the waveform popping. So when you play this on Instagram or Twitter, people actually see the waveform moving. It doesn't look so generic. I don't want to press any of these because I don't know if they might say something that wouldn't be good. You know what I'm saying?
For sure.
But basically,
or you get copyright strike.
Yeah, or that too. But yeah, so you can put your waveform right on top of a video or still picture. And
nice.
I use this all the time. I can wait. Actually, I can't.
What program was that, Doc? For everybody,
Headliner app. Oh yeah, let me do that real quick.
Headliner. Nice.
Let me go do this real quick. Bam. And dun, 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 dun. Sorry, I'm a weirdo. You have to excuse my weirdness. Let's see if I click and see that. And click and see that. And then do that. And then do that. And then do that. Woo.
Frank says we're running late today.
Huh? Yeah, because
He knows.
because we were
After 3 o'clock Chicago time, guys.
we were fighting audio issue. Okay, here we go.
Yeah.
Let me put this right here.
I looked at that article, by the way, while you're doing that from
Yeah.
Glenn for Roadcaster. That's not using loopback the way they're doing it. So I tried playing around with that same setting. We'll have to see, unless they made an adjustment that allows you to get at the echo cancellation. Because before you couldn't use echo cancellation. It didn't come up if you had anything that was plugged in, like a USB or whatever. So we're gonna have to look at that.
Nice. And let's see, did I do this? Let's see if this loads. I haven't looked at this for a minute, so I want to see if this loads. Okay, so here we go. I can show you. Hopefully this works. This is one that I did, and you can see I got the waveform down here on the bottom. Let's see.
This week on the Solid Podcast hosted by your man Dog Rock. That's me. I'm following up on last week's episode where I explained to you how online trackers, fingerprinters, and third-party cookies from the big tech companies like Facebook and Instagram follow you around the web and give you that creepy Joe Goldberg feeling where you feel like they're listening to your conversations. Well, in this week's episode, I'm going to show you how to protect your neck, not your neck. Wu-Tang Clan ain't nothing. Oh, different thing. I'm going to show you how to protect your neck so that these guys can't follow you around and you can protect your privacy. I'm going to show you how to tighten up your online security, if you will. So make sure you check out the Solid Podcast at solid.fm. Solid as a rock. Or on Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Spotify, or wherever podcasts are sold.
There you go. That's cool, right? Headliner app is dope. So you could do really incredible stuff with it, and it's a great way to take clips from a podcast or clips from a video that you've done, or again, make a promo for an event you got coming up or something. That waveform is just when people are scrolling on Facebook, if they just see the page, it doesn't grab you. When you see the page with the waveform, and I should have used the taller waveform. I think the taller waveform would have looked better in that particular case, because you can pick how it is. So I won't play it, but you can see on this one, I used the story. I used the taller waveform. You see what I mean? So it grabs the person's attention, and they'll stop.
Plus, it shows you the end is in sight, which is kind of cool.
Yeah.
Oh man, we're just blowing up here. Must be for an extended car warranty.
Oh my goodness.
The airbag. Your airbags need to be replaced.
So basically, gang, that does it. We did it. We covered a whole bunch of territory today. We showed you the new features in interview mode, the new features in camera overlays. Hercules. I can't tell you enough. How dope Ecamm is. Again, if you're not already on it, you should be, especially as a Mac user. You have to be a Mac user. It's literally the best in the game. The team is very quick. They're very flexible. They're very supportive. If you join the beta group, you can ask us questions. We can answer anything you got for you. Specifically, Robert, I'm going to try and see if I can pull off the tutorial that you talked about. And what is the weirdo question? Now I got to look on Facebook to see who it is that actually asked that question, because Restream does that, which drives me batty, and I always want to know. So yeah, if you have a weirdo question, drop it now before I close the question. Oh, shut up. Facebook, do not load the thing with the do not load the thing with the audio loud. Why do they do that? It's so irritating. You know what I'm saying? Like show the feed with the feed quiet. I always got to come in and mute it. Okay, Eric, there you go. Now I found out who it is. Come on, EP, ask your question. Hurry up. You're killing me. That's my buddy DJ.
Now we get to
EP.
wait 20 seconds for the response.
Yeah. Oh, that's right. Because of the delay. I forgot. Okay.
Exactly. Gotta wait
EP,
20 seconds.
ask your question. I can type to him real quick.
EP, ask now.
I'm going to type exactly that. That's funny.
EP, phone home.
There you go. Look. Hey, look. This thing even shows me up as Fastbook user. Well,
Facebook
EP,
user.
the answer to your question is nuh-uh. Not at all. I think it's one of the most efficient CPU joints out there. And if you want proof of that, Sky is using a 2013 iMac.
13 iMac 27 with 16 gigs of RAM. And the only thing that has kept this computer alive and really brought it back to life was I put in a 2 gigabyte solid state drive. If you have not put a solid state drive in your computer, you are doing yourself a disservice, folks. You need to do that. That will absolutely be a game changer for you. I did it to both my laptops that I have. I have a 12 and a 13, and I don't mean by inches. I mean 2012 and 2013 laptop. I put 2 gigabyte solid state drives in there. They rock for Serato. They're still great. But Doc is the one that convinced me to spend some money. So I actually did buy a brand new 2019 MacBook Pro. I don't know. I have to turn the camera to see it because it's all wired in here, but you can see it's there with a couple hubs on it and everything. So I am getting ready to make the switch over on this. I got a really nice monitor. I got a 34-inch LG ultra wide monitor for it. And the issue I've had really, this monitor came so highly recommended and it's a beautiful monitor, but there's software that comes with it from LG. And it allows you to automatically set up like these split screens because you can have like 3 pages across or whatever the case may be, similar to the squares that Doc was showing you within Ecamm. You can select predetermined setups, but the software doesn't work. And I've contacted LG and they've done an update and the update doesn't work. So I'm a little frustrated. I don't know if I'm going to take this monitor back and get something else. The monitor itself is amazing, like totally cool, but it doesn't do what it's supposed to because with the software anyway. So we'll see what happens. LG, if you're listening today, you need to fix it.
LG ain't listening to us.
LG is not listening to us.
No, that's funny. Though.
You got to be kidding. LG's not on.
Hey, good to see you, Alex. Alex is the man when it comes to Rodecaster Pro. And Alex, we talked about that Zoom
Alex
P8,
is
man.
The man. And you know what, Alex? While you're on, I got a question for you because you've got me rocking
Tech
my
support hour.
You got mine rocking beautifully when I'm the host, but when I'm not the host, and did you look at the article, Alex? Did you look at the article that they posted? Because I'm not sure that's the configuration we want. Is it, or did they allow us to now tick off that use echo cancellation, which I haven't had a chance to try yet because this just came out while we were on the air, and I'm going to look into this. But I'll be curious to see what Alex says about that.
Okay, so Eric, I can tell you point blank, Ecamm is definitely less of a beast than OBS. I used OBS forever. And then to the Boiler Businesses comment, he says, I can see a big problem running Cam Twist and the DJ software at Ecamm at the same time on the same machine. Haven't tried it yet, but let you know how it copes with the new iMac. I'm pretty sure the iMac will handle it because it has like 40 something cores. But the secret to that success is here. See this right here? Boom. That's my other iMac. So you can bring in the other iMac with just
the camera can bring it in.
Yeah. So let me see. Just to show you, what do I have over here?
So you can reduce the stress on one machine.
Yeah. So
and
the other iMac is doing this, and my and that's what Alex does too, right? You bring it in through NDI. So nditools.com is the mditools.tv. Let me just grab the link and stop saying stuff. So here you go, Alex. There's the link, and let me pull this NDI Tools thing real fast.
Okay, so Alex is on, and he said he has not seen the article. So
I just put the
Alex,
article in, Scott.
Yeah.
I'm faster than you. I already put the article just now.
Okay.
I'm not going to make him scroll through all of the 8 comments.
That's fine.
Okay, so
only 2 comments to be seen. I'm only kidding.
Mr. Blades, download this NDI Tools things, right? This is super dope. If you have an extra machine, and really, it could be Mac or PC, it doesn't matter. On the same network, another machine, you could run something, and Ecamm will just see it as a camera. So you see this right here, where it says the NDI. Oh, you can't see that. Hold up. Let me live demo.
Yeah, so you can run an iPad, you can run an iPhone also, right?
Yeah, so when this NDI thing right here is on, the other one just comes in as a source. I am currently pulling in my iMac from a Ecamm link, but you can just pull it in from an NDI source, and it's even better. Actually, the NDI source will probably use less resources than me running 4 Ecamm links on one machine. But I run
a lot of people say
Ecamm.
Ecamm link will get your fan to turn on your MacBook Pro. I don't know. I've got one plugged in right now, and it does turn on sometimes.
MacBook Pros have horrible thermals for doing this. If you're just using it like you're supposed to, it's perfectly fine.
Yep.
When it comes to streaming, it goes into the thermals, and the thermals, not just the fan. Everyone always worries about the fan. Your fan noise is irrelevant. You get a mic that doesn't hear it in the story. You can fix that with a good mic. You can fix that with a $50 mic. You can fix that with a...
You also put a noise gate on it too if you need to.
You can fix it with a Samsung Q2U USB $50 mic, and we will not hear your fan. So I'm sick of hearing people whining about fan noise. You can buy a cheap USB mic. It's called Dynamic Microphone. I will no longer hear your fan. But before we get that far, the thing that people don't understand about the thermals, it doesn't just make your fan come on. It throttles your processor and throttles your graphics card so you don't set fire to your table. That's what it does. It actually slows down the machine. But it's like, well, I want a MacBook because I want to be portable. Cool. Be portable all you want. But you're going to have a harder time streaming on your portable machine, just like I want a Porsche because it's fast as hell. Then I want to go to Home Depot and buy a 4x8 sheet of plywood. You can't
put it in the Porsche.
You can't do both.
Porsche.
You want one or the other, right? Yes, it is Porsche. I do know how to say Porsche. I'm a BMW fan. Wrong side of Germany. Anyway,
I'm just giving it back to you like I get it all the time.
Yeah, and I should definitely. All my friends are German, so I should say Porsche. It's correctly, but it's just a thing. And you have to understand your streaming machine should probably always be a desktop anyway, because with the iMac, I can slap 128 gigs of RAM in this bad boy. You know what I'm saying? Like, I can run all of these 4 Ecamm links on a single machine and it works, or, things like that. So, but if you got to use what you got.
I'm just waiting for the new chip, man. I'm waiting for before I buy another iMac, I'm waiting for the new chip.
Yeah.
Bottom line.
I
went with the MacBook Pro because I may need it for Serato. I may need it for shows. I figure I'm going to have one that's going to be good for a couple years that way if I need to, but I'm going to wait out the iMac. That's just me.
August next year. I'm going to do one thing.
Yeah. One thing. All right. So I don't know, Alex, he's responding. Okay. The article shows the quick fix. The problem is that the quick fix USB mix minus prevents everything coming in over the USB channel and you lose fader control. That's what I thought when I looked at it. And I'm in 100% agreement with you on that. I'm not sure, again, I'm not sure I could see that use echo cancellation checkbox within the mixer from Ecamm. I think that may be something new that they put in there, but you're absolutely right, Alex. So I think you guys, if you're going to run the Rodecaster Pro, you need to get Loopback on there and follow Alex's suggestion because that definitely works. Now, the one thing that we will say, since you're listening, Alex, is Doc and I have had this discussion because I did get my Rodecaster Pro back up today running, but it's different, a little different setup when I'm not the host because he's hosting the show. He's doing all the technical. I'm not. I'm just a guest on it basically. But when I'm running mine, okay, he says, I spoke with Ken over the weekend and explained the ideal fix, but I don't know if they'll be able to implement it with their interview system. Okay, well, the ultimate fix is one of two things. Either they create it and put a checkbox in the setting that you could use that would set it up, and this is the way it works. Or again, you got to go to Loopback. Loopback's going to cost you $99, folks. So there is a price to it. But guess what? I'm on it right now, and it sounds awfully good. I'm able to get all my processing and everything that I love off the microphone, and things run. I mean, my guests are able to hear all the audio. If I play music right now, Doc can hear the music down the line. I mean, it's an awesome thing. Works great. So Loopback, Alex's suggestion, love it. Thank you for that.
Well, that's just crazy. Okay, let me check one more thing. Yeah, all of a sudden, and I knew this was going to happen, but I wanted to see how far we got, and we made it all the way to the end. But right at the very end, the restream just killed the chat for YouTube. Let me try this. And okay, so yes, so I can see Alex's comment over here, but it's not coming up through YouTube. But Facebook still works. Okay, I just gotta remember that timestamp. Got it. So I can explain it to the boys. Okay, oh, there it goes. It's back. Okay, whoa, that was a trip because I lost Alex's comment, but then it came back after I triggered the Facebook one. Alrighty, all right, so it's not that bad. Maybe YouTube just doing something stupid. Anyway, that works. Thank you, Boiler Business, for helping me figure that out. I was just about to say something, but the boys did say that they did an update and it should have fixed it. It looks like they fixed it. Fixed it, whatever. Anyway,
those guys know what they're doing.
So yeah, just a quick one. If you want to try this, step over to NDI Tools. You download this guy, put it on your machine, and you have to run virtual input is the one that you want to run. And once you run virtual input, then it's going to be work. It's going to work. Oh, it's Tommy. From the Ecamm group, Tommy, like we worked on your stuff a while back, like when I first started. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. Yeah, so anyway, I'm glad this works. Hey, Love Outreach, good to see you here. Oh, well, then that's cool. See what happens when YouTube has different names from Facebook? That's cool. So, Love Outreach, good to see you here. Good to have you here on the show. But we done. You came late. Watch the replay. You get to check out what we did with the new Ecamm camera overlays because it is hands down straight swanky. Wait, I was trying to figure.
Big time. Big pimp.
I can add. Oh, wait, don't do that. Press this button. That's what I wanted to do. You can add another dock. And then you can add another Scott. You can have two Docs and two Scotts in one show. And then we can
go.
We can make
get a lot of beans on those hats.
Here,
yeah, make me like tall. You can do that. Make me tall.
What you call it? Mother Nature. You couldn't do it, but Ken and Glenn, they can make Scott.
Right. Ken and Glenn can do it.
There we go. Yeah. So you can get mad goofy with the new Ecamm. And
it's like, brush him off the shoulder. I got to brush him from this side, right there.
Hey, what was that? Men in Black with Johnny Knoxville when he had the little dude right there? Yeah. All right, gang. So don't forget, next Wednesday, same bad time, same bad channel. If you are in the beta group, I have a stream tomorrow morning at 7 p.m. in the UK, 2 p.m. in the East Coast.
That would be 1 p.m. Chicago time.
Yeah, 1 p.m. Chicago time, 11 p.m. California time, and 8 p.m.
PM or AM?
AM.
AM. That's what.
See, what messed me up? That one UK person over there, Tommy and Chris messed it up. Okay, I'm gonna fix this again. 8 a.m. Hawaii, 11 a.m. Cali, 1 p.m. Chicago, 2 p.m. New York, and 7 p.m. Manchester. That's what it is. I'm doing the Beta Bunch gang. It will be Facebook only. You'll be in the beta group, and we're just going to like do stuff. You figure it out.
Cool.
Try some things, whatever. We're gonna do that. The Beta Gang stream's gonna happen every Thursday from now on. In that, basically, I'm Frank on Thursday in the beta group instead of Frank on Monday in the regular
You
group.
want me to send you his backdrop? I've got his backdrop if you want it.
Oh, that's from the BBC. You can just down.
I'm just saying, I got it. If you want, I'd send it to you.
From Sheffield time, the other Red United. There we go. I appreciate you guys. Oh wait, Alex.
All right, guys.
Hold on. Wait. We gotta do this guy once. What's popping?
There's Alex. What's up, Alex?
Hey guys,
My man.
how you doing?
Dude,
Good to see you.
I
Doing
wish
well.
I had hair so I could
Where
do
am
that.
Right. No, I'm at work, and I just wanted to call in and talk real quick about the Rodecaster Pro fix that they posted. So that's the quick fix, right? You just enable USB mix minus, and it prevents the guest's audio from feeding back into Ecamm Live. But then you can go deeper using loopback to bring other audio in. And I said in a video, I imagine you can do the same thing utilizing Ecamm's built-in system audio plugin. The ideal fix, though, would be for them to implement a system like Skype has. We've all been, if we've used a Rodecaster Pro, we're all used to using Skype, where we didn't have to do any setup, because Skype implements its own echo cancellation. And the reason they're able to do it with multiple guests is because everybody comes into one room. The issue I think the folks at Ecamm are going to run into is that all of the guests are in their own individual rooms. And let's say you have 4 guests, your echo cancellation system is going to be trying to work 4 times as hard to cancel individual audio from 4 different guests instead of just everybody in one room where it processes one signal. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, makes sense.
I think that's what they're going to run into. So my workaround right now is to use the auxiliary input on the Rodecaster Pro, which I think are channels 9 and 10. And I just feed audio in from a second computer plugged into that auxiliary input. I use an inline noise filter because otherwise you get a lot of hiss. And that's been working great for me. And then, of course, my mic I apply compression and effects on my mic. I can apply compression and effects on the auxiliary channel. And that's been working great.
Well, why not just use loopback like we have, and it works phenomenally.
I use loopback to bring so I have a system where I have Skype guests and Ecamm guests, and they all have to be able to talk to each other. So I use loopback for that locally so that interview guests and they can talk and hear each other. And again, no echoes, nothing like that. But yeah, I did speak with Ken on Saturday to explain, because he said I'm surprised this many people use a audio interface, and he said, why do they do that? So I explained my use case to him, and he's like, oh yeah, that makes sense. And then I explained how we've been using it with Skype and what Skype's doing internally in software to eliminate echoes. And they're thinking about it, they're looking at it, and I think they're going to try to do what they can. I just don't know that they'll be able to implement it with their guest system when every guest is a completely separate audio channel. And that's why we can adjust the guest volumes individually using Ecamm's system. Whereas in Skype, you can't. I don't know if you noticed that. You have multiple guests in Skype, you're stuck with one level.
Well, you've got one level
within
the mixer in Ecamm, but you've got the individual levels that come in through the guest room where you can adjust the levels to high or low. Because I had a guest today, and
in Skype you can't adjust. You can't.
No, but I'm just saying I was using the interview feature, and I had a guest that was a little bit low, but I left him full board in the guest room, and then I just brought him up on the board. Unfortunately, I didn't have my other guest with me today because he had a tech issue, but not on our end. But had I done that, I probably would have had to have taken him down from the guest area, and then we'd be fine, because we only have one fader on the Rodecaster Pro, and we got the one fader on Ecamm for those of you that are watching, so that you understand what's going on here.
Mm-hmm. Now, Scott, what was it you were saying about the setup being different if you're hosting versus if you're a guest?
Yeah, so the other day when we set my system up, and I guess I could share my screen if that's okay with you. I'll just do the screen share and let me bring up. Let me open up the loop back so you can see it. So let me share this screen too. And can you see loop back up there now? I don't know if are you guys able to see that?
The screen share didn't pop up yet.
If Doc's hosting, he'll have to bring up your screen share, I think.
It's not up. There it is. Now it's coming.
Okay, so here it is. So basically, when I'm hosting, then I run it like this, like you're seeing. And actually, it's working now, but we were having some problems earlier with it, and then I switched to this. Now, I don't know if maybe I've switched something internally, so I'll bring my system preferences up. Give me a second here to sound. Let's see what I set for this. So for the output, I chose the Rodecaster Pro Stereo, and for the input, I chose the Rodecaster Pro Stereo, and it's working. We don't have any echoing or anything going on, but that's a little different. Normally, I would be set a little bit differently. So when I'm not hosting, I do have to make a change from what this is. And if you guys are watching, this is what you want. If you're hosting and you're using Ecamm, this works perfectly. So, and this is using
that's the setup I use for both, though. I use that whether I'm hosting or whether I'm a guest. It works. Works the same way. So I'm not sure what's happening on your end.
Preferences set correctly with the input and the output. I think if I was hosting, I would select this one up here. I don't want to switch to this because you're going to lose me or you're going to get the echo. But I use the Ecamm RCP multi-channel in mix minus disabled. So that's the one that we set up for me the other day. So that's the only difference. I switched to this one. And the output
see, the input for me, the input's always the Rodecaster Pro Stereo. The output is what I would send to different applications. And if I'm sending it to Ecamm, I'll send the Rodecaster Pro multi-channel. And if I'm just using Skype, I'll just send the RCP Stereo to Skype.
Well, I only have for the output, I only have a choice of the Rodecaster Pro Stereo as the guest. That's all I have available to me. But if it's here, I would be in multi-channel. So this would become multi-channel if I was the host. I'm not sure you can see that on the screen share because it's probably small.
I can. Ecamm RCP multi-channel in mix minus something or other. We set that up. That's the one we set up, I think, when I was on the...
Correct. And it works beautifully. And that's what you're seeing on the screen right now. So this is the setup. So I can run audio through Safari, iTunes. All I have to do is turn on iMusic, whatever you want to call it. And then here, and the big thing that Alex showed me is taking off 7 and 8. This is where your channel, which is your USB channel. So if you're looking at your Rodecaster Pro, you have mics 1, 2, 3, 4. The next channel is your USB channel, and that's what 7 and 8 is. And by taking that off, you're eliminating that loop, and that's all you really need to know. The other thing that you need to know that Alex shared is based on mic 3 is what would or channel 3 here is what would be mic 1. This is the mic I'm on, and what you probably can't see here is we are dividing this out with 2 lines. We are going left and right, so you are taking channel 3 and you're attaching it to the left channel and to the right channel. And I didn't hit any sound, so I don't know where that came from. That's probably Doc. Yeah. But so taking off 7 and 8 here. And then if you went down, you could see this would be your channel 9 and 10 would be your iPhone channel or your telephone channel. And 11 and 12 are your Bluetooth channel. And 13 and 14 are your sound effects. So if I run audio, which I will right now, Now you can see that that's being played through there, so you can get a better feel for where everything is located on this by seeing the movement. So I'll stop that. And for those of you that are out there that are using these, this works. And this is Alex's setup.
Yeah, those are your MIDI pads. There were two things I forgot to mention in my video, to be honest with you, but I did put an update in the description. One of the things is to turn on post fader on the Rodecaster Pro. Otherwise, you do not have fader control over your MIDI pads, your FX pads.
Good point.
If you remember, Scott, while we were testing it out, I could still hear the music, and that's because I'd forgotten post fader. The other thing I forgot to mention was that you will lose on the USB channel, of course, you will lose fader control for any audio you're feeding into Ecamm Live. And you'll just have to control those volume levels using Ecamm's audio sliders.
Right. For example, if you're running iMusic, you could also dial the volume down from iMusic.
Yeah,
But you
Chris,
wouldn't be able to do it.
Sure.
$80. Chris asked the question about loop back. It's $80 or $100, something like that.
It's $100, $99.
It's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
It's $99.
But
Tommy has a question about the Rodecaster Pro. Tommy, ask your question before Alex has to run away. And then Kisha said he'll try playing around tonight with the UAD Apollo and loopback to see if he can create a setup that works with the Gress feature. Yeah. A lot of the mixers say like 400 or higher. Most of them have built-in loopback. But I still find the software way it's easier. So Tommy's question is it possible to broadcast to Ecamm, broadcast to with the Ecamm and Rodecaster, all audio through Ecamm, but record and bounce separate channels into the broadcaster? I want to broadcast with mic voiceover, but save the music separately. So you basically mix minus.
Well, I think what he's getting at is if you're doing this in multi-channel and you were to drop your recording into Adobe Audition, if I'm understanding him correctly, you have the ability to separate out the channels. So you could eliminate the music at that point, if that's what you're trying to do, Tommy. I'm not sure. Sounds like maybe that's what you're trying to do.
But if he's saying he wants to bounce the Ecamm recording to the Rodecaster, and if that's the case, every bit of that audio will be coming in over the USB channel, and it will at that point just be a single channel of the entire mix.
Yeah, so how you do it is you connect the mixer up to the Rodecaster first, right? So as a DJ, right, remember this is the DJ stream. Just to remind Alex. So I'll have my turntables going into the Rodecaster Pro, say on channels 3 and 4, right? I have my microphone on the Rodecaster Pro, say in channel 1. And then I'll feed all of that to Ecamm. All you need to do, if this works, and I don't know if you guys know this, if I press record on the Rodecaster first, so that I'm writing to the SD card, and then broadcast what's coming out of the Rodecaster through Ecamm, when I'm done, when I press stop, my music is on individual tracks. My audio is on individual tracks. Right?
You would have to enable USB multi-channel on the Rodecaster.
Yeah. You go,
right.
You need
To
be like, hey, this is Alex. I'm on stream right now. Can you call me back?
Yeah.
Your car warranty.
I am actually at work, so I'm going to have to jump off here, fellas.
Yeah, but I think that's how you do it. I think you just press record and then again, I don't know how to do it on the Rodecaster, but I think that's what you do. You enable multi-channel to send it to Ecamm. Press record on the thing first, have your music going into the Rodecaster, you should end up with a discrete track. But also know that we are going to get an update that will allow the guests to be discrete. So what you could do is on another machine, call into your show as a guest and you DJ from that, right? Like say your iPad or something, and then you'll end up with the recording as separate at the end. Anyway.
Yep. All right, guys, I'm going to jump off. Have a good show. See
Thank
ya.
you, brother.
Take care. Thanks.
We finna jump off too. So anyway,
when it comes to routing the audio, guys, if you have some questions, reach out to him. He's really good, man. He helped me big time. So thank you for that.
All right, fam. It's good to see you guys. Yeah, next week. Let's do this.
Okay.
I
All right,
didn't
everybody.
I didn't make any swanky outro type stuff, but before we go, let me do something real quick just so you guys can see it. I was trying to show it in the last stream, but I screwed it up, so I'm going to show you how to do it. I'm going to take this stream, this image of us right here, right? I'm going to duplicate it. I'm going to make a second one, and I'm going to copy that. Okay, and then I don't have an end card, but I'll grab my other end card from up here, and I'll duplicate the wrong one. I will grab my end card and I'll put it right underneath us. Okay, so now I'm on this channel right here. If I play this, okay, so check this trick out. This is super cool. Take your timer. I'm gonna set the timer for let's see, 00, and then I'm gonna set this baby for like 5 seconds. Okay, and then I'm gonna check, go to next screen when finished. Okay, I'm gonna take the font and set it all the way down to 1 point. Like that. And then
Yeah, so you're doing a hidden timer.
yeah, so then
Green
no
screen.
color, no background. Okay, and then all I'm going to put in there is a period, and then press add. Okay, so if I go to this screen real quick, when I go back to the other one, you won't see anything, but literally 5 seconds after I say aloha, it should fade to the run out. And the other one should end the broadcast. We'll see if I did it correctly. And oh, I know what I forgot to do. I got to do this one thing real quick. I got to make sure that this guy is set to auto.
I think it already kicked.
No, I caught it. I got it. There we go. Okay, so here we go. You ready? And we'll see you next week, gang. So that's how you do an auto timer stop and come out of live demo mode, and we'll see if it's worked. And after I say aloha, count 5 seconds and see if it switches. And 5, 4. See you guys next week. Aloha. Shoots.
Aloha.
You got to hold the cheesy smile.